What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to show you another vacuum that's in my vacuum collection. And yes, it's another Hoover Elite. I love Hoover Elites, and I always try to snatch one up wherever a good-looking one comes across my path. And today, I have recently picked up this. Here I present to you a Hoover Elite 350. I got this vacuum from a seller locally on OfferUp in my area. So a Hoover Elite that's being sold locally in my area, especially a vintage one like this, I'm not going to pass that up. So I went out to buy it. And yes, to answer your question, the outer bag is not original. When I bought this, which was also for pretty cheap, mind you, it had two giant tears in the original outer bag that rendered it practically unusable without blowing dust all over the place, if anyone knows these soft bag Elites. So I toyed around with the idea of converting this from a slide top bag to a side zip bag. Now, there was something I was going to need to change in order to accomplish this, and that was this little bag strap right here that runs to the inside the handle body and is connected right at a spring right inside and hooked right up there. So I just had to unhook that little spring, fish it down through, and get the old bag strap off for the slide top bag. I managed to buy a new old stock strap for a side zip bag. Luckily, it was gray to match the body of the machine. And I transferred the spring over to this and looped it back in, hooked it up, and now I'm able to use a side zip bag, to which I got this on eBay. I wanted to find a side zip bag that was either white or red, because I thought it would go with the color scheme of the vacuum. But I managed to find one, and even though it's not period correct, it's from a mid-90s Elite, but at least I got one that says Elite on the front. But it also said soft and light triple filtration, which I figured I'd go ahead and go along with it because this is a soft bag machine and it is lightweight. So the soft and light is not a lie for this particular model. But too bad it doesn't say Elite 350 at the top. Well, it does down at the hood, so that kind of makes up for that. Another issue this had when I got it was the carpet height adjustment knob was missing, so I just threw this on from another machine, and I do have a replacement coming in for it. So for now, all you can get as replacement knobs for these are black, but that's not a major deal. So let's give a walk through of the machine. Here's your handle grip up top here. Does feel nice and soft. As we move on down, like I said, this was converted to a side zip bag. But since this is a later style outer bag, the zipper on these is actually on the left instead of on the right like it normally would have came on these older soft bag Elites. Hoover eventually moved these to the left because later versions had side mount attachments, and the right side zipper would have gotten in the way of the tool rack, so they moved it over here to solve that problem. So here I'm using a generic HEPA Type A bag. Filters much better than the genuine paper bags of the time. As we move down here, it says Elite 350 on the front of the hood. And you have what originally was thought to be a 2-level carpet height adjustment, but actually it's 3 carpets. So basically there's low, medium, and high. I always like to leave it in the middle to low setting for the pile of this carpet. Right here you have edge cleaning on either side. Now let's go ahead and flip this thing underneath to show you the underside. Here is the brush roll that's in it. This is a replacement wooden roller brush roll by Cleveland Wood Products that I threw in. And I really like this brush roll. I have one already in my Convertible Elite, and it grooms very good. I really love how dense the bristles are on these. They are very soft, but because they're dense, it definitely helps with deep down dirt pickup, especially pet hair, which this is also a double row brush roll, because the original in this was a single row that was heavily damaged that warranted a replacement. So I decided to throw a generic double row brush roll in this, and it works pretty good. The only oddball thing of this is because the way the sole plate is designed, it has these notches in the brush roll that were originally designed for later model ones that have 2 more bars on the sole plate to contour them, but this is not a major deal. It's something I can learn to live with. So anyway, let's go ahead and turn this thing on its back to show you the model number of the machine. This is Hoover Cleaner model U4463-9. Interesting that it would say -9 and not -900. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 5 amps. Here's your bag type A, and then here's your belt model number. And to serial date these things, the first 2 digits decode the month, and the 3rd and 4th decodes the year. So this vacuum was 03 and 91, so March of 1991. For household use only, made in the USA. For the Hoover Company, North Canton, Ohio. You will never see a vacuum that's US made in today's standards that doesn't cost over $1,000. And typical Elite fashion, you have a side-mounted power switch, which this is actually a plastic rod that runs down into the valley of the motor where an actual rocker switch is. And the cord on this is a used cord that unfortunately has a little mark right here that's covered up by electrical tape. But it is a little bit longer than the original cord that was on it, because the original cord length on these Elite 350s is just way too short for my taste. So I pulled this from another machine since it's longer. So let's go ahead and throw this on and plug it in, excuse me. And we'll go ahead and turn this thing on and demo it for you guys so you can hear just how it runs. Now, typical Elite fashion, these things are pretty loud when they're running, so headphone users, I advise turning down your volume. But one cool thing about the noise level, since this is a lower amperage model, it doesn't make as much noise compared to the 7 amp counterparts. Keep in mind this is a 5 amp. So, here we go. Look at this. See that? It's propelling itself. How cool is that? very nice and smooth. Definitely has a lot of power with this brush roll that's in it. Definitely just pulls the machine along. Well, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the Hoover Elite 350. Be sure and stay tuned. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.